Hi everyone, welcome to this general intuitive reading. I am filming this on October 31st, 2023, so the veil is particularly thin right now. We also had a beautiful full moon the day before yesterday, and we are moving through an eclipse. So, the energy has been incredibly powerful and potent these last handful of days, and I have been feeling it acutely. I've been experiencing some pretty intense symptoms of this sort of energetic window that we're in. I've been feeling them so strongly, in fact, that last night I channeled my heart. I consider my heart to be my truth keeper. So whenever I want to know what's up, I go to my heart. And I channeled my heart last night just to ask, why am I experiencing all of these things? What is happening? And I realized in channeling my heart that the messages that were coming through were not just for me, they were for the collective as well. So before I jump into pulling any cards, I just want to very quickly share with you the channeled messages that came through my heart last night. And if you see me looking down, it's because I have a lot of notes. I'm not going to read all of this to you, don't worry. So the main message was quite simply that the collective is in the process of purging and releasing old fear. Now, this fear could be any number of things. I asked specifically what kind of fears are being released, and I heard fear of money, fear of fame, fear of success, fear of loss, fear of old things coming up to haunt you, fear of death, on and on and on. A lot of different fears. And I did also hear specifically, quote, your ancestors have given this fear to you through a unique patterning that is out of your control. So this is ancestral healing. This is old ancestral patterns that have been passed down through and into you that are now being processed out of you. They're being released, they're being purged. So this is really big, heavy stuff. This is so much bigger than any one individual person. And so then I asked, what can we do? What can we do to help ourselves move through this process? Is there anything we can do to make it any easier or less uncomfortable? And I heard over and over and over again, you have to just let it happen. Just let it happen. There's no, food you can eat or food you can avoid or specific exercise you can do or place you can go or question to journal on. Like, none of these practical things are the root cause of what's happening, and therefore they are not the cure. Of course, if you have healthy habits and routines, that's going to be helpful in life in general. But in terms of what is specifically happening right now, it's so far beyond that, and there is literally nothing that you can do to make it go away or make it stop. You just have to let it happen. The other thing I heard is be one with yourself. And when I asked, what exactly does that mean? How the heck do we do that? I heard that you essentially need to step out of your own mind, step out of your own feelings, and watch them. So become the divine witness of your own experience, rather than getting lost in your thoughts and lost in your emotions and swept up and enmeshed in all of it. Disidentify and watch, witness it. It's kind of counterintuitive and ironic, but the more that you just witness yourself rather than getting lost in yourself, the more present with yourself you actually are. So meditation, breath work, slowing down, and just allowing. That's all we can do. Now, some of the symptoms that I have personally been feeling are a tightness and discomfort in my chest, a lot of chest stuff, and also a racing mind. Lots of anxious thoughts, like panic-inducing thoughts that have no external trigger or reasoning. It's just, it's anxiety and tightness in the chest. It's been really uncomfortable. Now, in terms of more positive symptoms I've been experiencing, I've been seeing a lot more orbs in my space. Now, I've been seeing orbs and spirits since I was like 11 or 12, so that is not new for me, but they kind of come and go in waves in my life, and I'm definitely experiencing a peak right now in terms of they're showing up for me a lot, like on a daily basis. And then also the final thing I'll just say is I've been feeling kind of organically called to start planning for next year. Like, I'm looking right now at my laptop, the Pinterest board on my laptop. I'm creating like this mood board for 2024. I'm already thinking about things that I want to create for myself, manifest for myself, the vision board that I create every year. That's the screensaver on my phone. So it's interesting that I kind of have like one foot firmly planted in now and one foot in the future, what I'm calling in. So it's this weird sort of straddling the old and the new. So as we are purging these old fears, by virtue of that, we're also making space for something new to come in. And so you might also be feeling any number of these symptoms or more. But I just thought that I would share with you what I've been personally going through so that you don't feel alone. So hopefully that was helpful. Now, with all of that being said, let's get into the cards. Today I am going to be using Tarot of Mystical Moments, which I'm currently obsessed with. Look at the gilding on the edge of this deck. Gilding is life. Oh my gosh, I cannot. So, this is going to be an open reading. I don't have any particular spread or anything in mind. I'm just gonna pull however many cards want to come up and just see what message wants to come through today. If you resonate or find this helpful, then it is for you. All right. So I am just going to ask what wants to be heard or healed within the collective today. What wants to be heard or healed within the collective today? Seven of Swords. Look at this image. Oh, okay. I'm just going to channel right through it. I'm taking back what's mine. Oh my gosh, this is making me kind of emotional. I'm taking back what's mine. I'm afraid that I'm gonna lose what's mine. I'm afraid that what I love the most can be taken from me. this is anxiety. This is the pain. This is part of the pain that is being purged through all of us right now. I literally have it written down in my notes. Fear that something or someone you love will be lost. Fear of loss. And what's coming through right now is like almost this clutching, this intense white knuckle gripping onto what you think is yours so that you don't lose it. This is fear of loss. I want to hold what is mine. I want to protect what is mine. I want to keep what is mine. This is mine. There's like some nausea coming up through my chest and into my throat. What I love is mine. If I lose this, I will be nothing. I'm nothing without this. I'm just seeing an image of someone like crumbling into dust and blowing away. So this is speaking to our attachments in life, and deriving stability, safety, and sense of self from things outside of us. Okay, this is really heavy. All right, let's pull a few more cards here. It's speaking to me. It's speaking to control, the illusion of control. Like if I can just make sure that this is over here and that is over there, and this person, you know, sees me in this way, and I do exactly X, Y, Z and keep everything in order, and it's just like control. If I can control my environment, if I can control life, then I'll be okay. But if I can't control it, I'm nothing. Like I'll die, basically. Some kind of ego death, right? So what's coming up for me right now is, you know, can you love enough to let it go? Can you love enough to let it go? I think when true love is present, inherent in that is a kind of allowing. You know that saying? I think it's a saying, love it enough to let it go, and if it's yours, it'll come back to you. Like that's kind of what's coming up for me. Like nothing that's really meant for you can be lost in a sense. Clarify, please. Clarify. Seven of Swords. Clarify the Seven of Swords, please. I love it. Wheel of Fortune. You can't control life. You can't control life. What is coming up right now in the collective is essentially a reminder of all that you cannot control. You will line up with everything that you are meant for when you let life bring it to you. You have to let life bring it to you. When you're grasping, clutching, when you're desperate, it's almost this like hoarding energy. I'm afraid I'm going to lose it, so I'm just going to hoard it, grip the life out of it, right? When you do that, you're actually vibrating in the frequency of the loss of that thing. You're terrified of the loss. And so that's what you're focused on, right? And so that colors your entire perspective and experience of reality. But you can't control that. Wow. So I think what we're all being guided to do right now is to release that clutching, release that white knuckle grip. And that doesn't mean that you don't care. It's not about that. It's not about not caring at all, being this kind of like apathetic, indifferent, whatever. No. It's loving life so much that you let it be what it is. Yeah. Loving life so much that you just allow it to be what it is. Leaning back and receiving what is meant for you. Oh, that's what we're being called into right now. So, let's pull one more card. Divine timing. Divine timing. There are organic timelines that are outside of our control. What do we need to know or do? What does the collective need to know or do at this time? What does the collective need to know or do in order to embrace this lesson? Ace of Wands. Ooh. Ace of Wands. I'm being drawn to the stomach. Tap into your solar plexus, your gut. That's where the joy is. That's where the joy is. I mean, when you are genuinely in the vibration and the internal experience of joy and passion and love, excitement, there's this kind of natural release that happens because that internal experience is enough. You're not seeking it outside of you anymore. You're not trying to make sure that life looks exactly this perfect, specific way in order to feel okay. You're tapping into that experience that exists within you. The experience of joy, the experience of inspiration. It's something you can tap into at any moment. So focus on that. Let life do its thing. You are being organically upgraded right now on an energetic level. You don't need to force anything, let life do its thing. All you need to do is allow it, let this energy move through you, let these old emotions move through you, and start to focus on what inspires you. as the old fears leave, that space is being made. You want to fill up that space with this energy. You fill it up with the new. You fill it up with what inspires you by focusing on what inspires you. I'm hearing, I'm going to write my own story. I'm going to write my own story from the inside out. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So this is some really big, kind of heavy stuff. I hope that by sharing my own experiences and channeling these messages today, that you benefit in some way, you're helped and feel supported in some way. We're all going through this together, that's for sure. So, all right, guys, with that being said, if you resonated, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Leave any questions or comments down below. I would love to hear from you, and I will see you in the next reading.